Hi, why are you here at the Lunar New Year parade?
Well, I believe in equal rights for everyone, whether you're straight, gay, lesbian, white, Asian, black. And also my brother is gay, so I feel really strongly that he should have the same rights as I do as a straight person. So it was a lot of fun. I'll be back next year.
On behalf of API Equality LA, I want to welcome everyone here today. My name's Marshall Wong, I'm one of the co-chairs. Actually, what I should say is not just welcome to the annual Golden Dragon Lunar New Year's Parade, but welcome back. Because last year, in the face of not insubstantial controversy, we made a little bit of history by marching through the streets of Chinatown as this parade's first pro-lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender contingent in its 100-year-plus history. We return stronger today, larger, more experienced, to take to the streets again and to demonstrate to the tens of thousands of people who are lining the parade routes and to the hundreds of thousands of people who will see newspaper and TV coverage of this event that we are here, and more importantly, we are here to stay. The most ironic thing about our contingent last year, it was not the first time that lesbians and gay men showed up to celebrate the Lunar New Year, because in fact, we have always been here. It is just the fact that we have never collectively claimed our place, our presence in this community, and to be able to walk down the streets as a group with our heads held high as part of this celebration.
So I just really want to say thank you to Marshall and Dorina for inviting me, for all of you to be here. When I think about why, I've been thinking a lot about marriage equality, and I think a lot of our community is kind of on the fence, and so I think about three stories. The first thing that my father said to me when I came out to him was, well, I guess you're not going to get married and have kids now. And in that moment I realized that that meant that my life and my coming out was not just connected to my identity and how I wanted to express myself, but this whole social fabric of what it means to be a human being. The second story I want to share with you is a year and a half ago I went to Chicago to my cousin Mila's wedding. 3 generations of my Filipino family who had not been together in over 30 years were at this event. My cousin appeared as a beautiful princess in a gilded hall where we celebrated her union to a Brazilian immigrant. In the party in between the wedding and the reception, we went to my Tito Eddie's house, who happens to live across the street from corporate headquarters of McDonald's. And we had pinakbet and dinuguan and pancit while we waited for that period of photography to happen. And we were standing around, people were eating, and I met a cousin who passes as a trans man. Whether or not she identifies, I don't know. She spent the whole wedding avoiding me. But while we were at this family gathering in between the reception and the wedding, my dad, his sister, and their cousins began to talk to each other and laugh and have a good time. 5 or 10 minutes into it, my Uncle Eddie looks at me and he says, you know, Allison, you need to get married because we need to have this party again. The last story I want to share with you is the story of my Kuya Henry, who was a brother that I met here in LA, and who's the person who introduced me to LA API Theater. He's the first person who ever took me to see an Asian American on stage. I saw Amy Hale do Tokyo Bound. He's the first person who ever drove me from Robertson on Santa Monica all the way into Silver Lake, telling me about West Hollywood, telling me about Silver Lake, showing me where the queers in LA lived. A week after 9/11, he was scheduled to marry his partner Armando, who is an illegal immigrant. Even though they went on with the commitment ceremony, they still live today as committed life partners who cannot make sure that Armando will not get deported because they are gay. When I think about marriage equality, when I think about what it means for me to be API and how much I have learned and given to this community, I think about how this issue is not just about the rights. I really believe it is about the rights. It's about whether or not we have the right to visit our partners. It's about whether or not we have the right to make sure we have a stable financial base from which to raise our families and our children, or to take care of our parents. But to me, this is also about a culture. It's about the culture of coming together and being able to celebrate with our families, the people that we want to share our lives with, and building with our families a community of people who are healthy and who are loved, so that my father, so that my uncle, so that my aunts, so that my brother, and so that do the same for them. And so for me, like, it's about that for me. It's about family. It's about my brother. It's about my cousin who didn't even want to talk to me at a wedding because she passes as a man, and with my shaved head, I looked like a woman trying to figure out if she was a man or not. But let me tell you, at that wedding, in front of all those cousins who I didn't know, yes indeed I did catch the wedding bouquet. And my aunt, who has stopped asking me if I have a boyfriend, finally leaned over and said, well, your cousin caught the bouquet at your brother's wedding and she's still not married, so we're all right. So I just share all these stories to tell you that for me it's about our families, and that being here today and that going out into our communities, it really isn't about reminding the API community that we're family. And we know that our community is about family, and it's about time that our families are about us. Thank you.
So, why did you come out today? Why do you think it's important?
I think it's important because API and all gay, lesbian, trans community, we're living like second-class citizens because we don't have the rights afforded to us that regular, like, men and women couples have. And I think it's unjust, and I'm an immigrant in this country, and I know what it's like to be a second-class citizen, and I'm sick and tired of it. So we're here to support API equality, and we'll support all communities' equalities for gay people and lesbians. And I brought my entire family and my nephews, so we're trying to promote that we also have allies. It's not just like queer community. Like, we're really reaching out to the entire community.
And now we have the API Equality of Los Angeles. For the second year, API Equality LA is pleased to join the Chinatown community in celebration of the Year of the Boar and diversity in the Asian Pacific Islander community. API Equality LA is a coalition of Asian Pacific Islander organizations and individuals who are committed to working for fair treatment of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender families and equal marriage rights for all Asian Pacific Islanders. Please welcome.
Happy New Year!
Welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
My name is Kirsten Chan, and I support marriage equality for all couples.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Jake Martins, and I think that if anyone is crazy enough to want to get married, they should be allowed to.
Oh, okay. That's cool.